Hey, welcome back to Brown Sugar Hustle. I'm your host, Tiki Addison, and today's episode is for everyone who's been grinding on their phone, posting in their DMs, and getting a few sales and wondering, when do I make this thing official? This episode is for you. I'm going to walk you step by step through everything you need to legally set up your business the simple way. So we're talking names, licenses, EINs, and accounts, all the unsexy stuff that's going to give your business a foundation. So grab your notebook and let's get started. Let's start off by talking about choosing your business structure. There are three types: sole proprietorship versus an LLC versus a corporation. Let's start with sole proprietorship. It's going to be the simplest and most common business structure. You're the owner. However, there's no legal distinction between you and the business. It's easy to set up. There's minimal paperwork. You file taxes as an individual. However, you are personally liable for all debts and legal issues. Let's go over some pros of that, right? So it's inexpensive to start. You have complete control. Income is reported on your personal taxes. However, there's no separate business tax return. So that's a good thing. So with pros, there comes cons. Personal liability. There's a big one. If your business is sued, your personal assets are at risk, like your house or even your savings. It could be harder to get funding, and there's no business credit separation. Simply put, a sole proprietorship is the easiest and cheapest way to start. There's no special paperwork needed in most places, but your personal assets, like your home or your bank account, it's not protected if something goes wrong. So be careful with that. The next one we're going to talk about is LLC, which means limited liability company. Now, this is a flexible business structure that blends the simplicity of a sole proprietorship with legal protection of a corporation. You can be the only member, single member of an LLC, or multi-member. It offers liability protection for your personal assets, and they're protected. It's fairly easy to manage, and you can do a pass-through taxation by default, which means you can opt to be taxed as an S Corp, but we'll talk about that a little later. So the pros of that would be you have personal asset protection, flexible management, it's easier to build credibility, you can build business credit, and optional tax flexibility. The cons would be their annual state fees. You must file paperwork through the state, and there's some bookkeeping and compliance that's required. So simply put, an LLC, which means limited liability company, gives you a separate legal entity. It protects your personal assets. It looks more professional, and it's easy to register online in most states, anywhere from about $50 to $150. Let's move on to the final structure, which is corporation. There are actually two types, a C Corp and an S Corp. A C Corp is a standard corporation. It's double taxed, which equals corporate plus personal dividends. The S Corp is special tax status, and it's only taxed at the shareholder level. All right. So the pros for that would possibly be the strongest liability protection. You can issue stock and attract investors, and tax benefits for healthcare and retirement plans. The cons would be it's very expensive and complex to set up. more compliance in record keeping, and double taxation if it's a C Corp. And there are very strict rules for S Corps, limited number of shareholders, and that's for U.S. citizens only. So the short version is a corporation is a little bit more complex. It's normally used by big companies or those raising monies from investors. You probably don't need this just yet. Most entrepreneurs start as sole proprietorships by default, but I do recommend setting up an LLC. It's worth the protection of your assets and the professionalism of things. Next, we're going to talk about how do we pick a name and register our business. So you register your business name. You want to reflect your vibe and let it be easy to spell, to say, and remember. First, check and see if the name is taken in your state. Usually the Secretary of State website has a really great search tool. You just type in what you want to name your company, and that'll let you know if someone's taken it or not. Once you do that, you make sure that name is available online, and then check and see if the .com is available. You can use tools like GoDaddy, Google Domains, or Namecheap. You can also look on Instagram or TikTok to see if that handle is taken. If it's clear, go ahead and register it with the state. Now, don't overthink it. You can build a brand that's around a simple name. Just make sure it's available and it makes sense for your audience, okay? Next, we're going to jump into getting your EIN, which is your business Social Security number. An EIN basically stands for an employer identification number. It's a federal tax ID for your business. It's free and it only takes about 5 minutes to get at irs.gov. Even if you don't have employees, an EIN basically helps you open up a business bank account. It protects your personal Social Security number, and it makes your business look legit. You want to never, ever pay someone for getting your EIN unless they're handling all of your paperwork. This is a DIY you can do actually today. Very easy at irs.gov. Once you get that EIN, you can actually go on to set up a business bank account. Here's the thing. You do want to separate your money, okay? Especially when it comes with taxes. Separate the money. It makes it so much easier. Keeping your business and personal money mixed together, it can be very risky. So having a business checking account, it helps you track your profits and expenses. It makes tax time much, much easier. And you protect your personal finances, especially if you're an LLC. You can open at tons of different places a business account. Some of the ones that I do recommend as far as traditional banking could be Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo. Some online banks that offer this information or offer checking accounts for business would be Novo, Bluevine, or Relay. That's really great for beginners. Here's the thing. You want to start fresh. Even if you're still side hustling, you want to treat your business money with respect. Open that account. Next up, you want to pick your payment platform. And what do I mean by that? It's how will you get paid? There are tons of different great platforms that you can use that's trusted and that's very easy. First off, ones that I like to use, my personal favorite, is going to be Square. It's very good for pop-ups and it also provides invoices for you. PayPal would be a good one. PayPal is very trusted, it's very easy, and it's universal. Cash App for business. Use the business version only, okay? And then Stripe. That's the last one. It's going to be perfect if you sell on a website. You want to use platforms that give you receipts. tracking, and protection. You're not just hustling anymore. You're now in business. So make sure you set up that account and make sure those receipts and invoices match up on those platforms, okay? Next, we want to step into buying your domain, plus setting up an email. Your domain name is your website address, like, say, for instance, brownsugarjewels.com. Even if you don't build your website yet, just grab the domain now so no one else is going to use it, okay? You want to set up a branded email. For example, hello at whatever the name of your business is or brand, to look more official in emails, invoices, and on your forms, okay? Owning your domain is like owning your storefront online. You don't need to build the house yet. Just claim the land. So just check and make sure it's taken and go ahead and grab that. Next, we want to talk about licenses and permits. Your local rules matter, all right? For some states and cities, they require a general business license, a seller's permit if you sell physical goods, a home occupation permit if you work from home. So be sure to check your city or county's website or call your local small business office, okay? If you buy products wholesale, a resale certificate lets you skip sales tax at purchase. Trust me, you do not want to get fined over something just minute as that, okay? So take an afternoon, call your local city or county, and make sure that you have yourself all set up for the requirements that are needed, okay? And next, we're going to talk about something that's kind of optional, but it can be powerful. We're talking insurances, accounting, and digital filing. So with business insurance, generally liability or product insurance is good. With bookkeeping, you want to start tracking your income and your expenses with a spreadsheet and use free tools like Wave or QuickBooks to kind of help you. And then keep it organized. We talk about that digital filing. You want to make a file on your phone or on your laptop and label it Business Docs. So in that Business Docs, you're going to keep all the information for your business. So we're talking about your EIN letter, your LLC paperwork, bank information, and all of your receipts. You don't have to be a tax expert, but you do need to keep track of your money like a grown-up CEO. This is going to be so helpful when it comes to tax time. You'll have everything that you need all in that one folder, and you can go straight to it. So let's rewind and do a step-by-step recap of actually what we have learned today. So number one, you want to choose your business structure, either an LLC or a sole proprietorship. Remember, corporation, it's not needed just yet, right? Number two, register your business name. Check the Secretary of State. They have a great tool search for you and see if it's available. Next, you want to get your EIN number, which means Employer Identification Number, and that can be found on irs.gov. Then open your business account. Either one of those that I've mentioned above, just open your business account. Set up a payment platform, remember, like PayPal or Square, or whichever one you choose, but make sure you keep track of those invoices, okay? Buy your domain and create a branded email. Check your local licenses and permits. Remember, that's going to be so important when it comes to tax time and making sure that you're legit, because you don't want to get shut down for some craziness, okay? And then start organizing your paperwork and tracking your finances. Remember to get that file folder on your phone or your laptop and put all of that paperwork in there so you can keep track when it comes to tax time. So my thing is, basically, Kind of pick and choose 2 to 3 things that I've listed and start on them and do them this week. Take a screenshot of your progress and tag me in your handle. I do want to celebrate you. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in to Brown Sugar Hustle. And until next time, keep dreaming, keep building, and keep showing up for you.